Welcome back to the garage. Today we got a snowmobile. I picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace, and description says that it will start if you pour some fuel into the carburetor or the plugs. So I just drug this into the garage, let it warm up with the room temperature, and I'd like to go through and check everything before we continue. So I'm going to get my little camera so you guys can see what I'm doing and what I'm working on. Let's just do a quick overview of this machine. This is an Arctic Cat 550, the El Tiger EXT model from 1991. Let me move the camera, get you a better shot here. Alright, that'll work for that. And I'll get my little camera out here, get some video of the front end here. Here's the video of the Arctic Cat, kind of an all-around shot here. Got an extra light here. Controls, gas. She's got a lot of miles on her. Alright. Here's the engine compartment. Looks like there might be some animals living down there at one time. Alright. Just set you back. Alright, what I'm thinking now, what we'll do is let's check the fuel, see what we're working with the fuel. So let me reposition. Get on here. We'll straddle the machine. Will do the wife's coffee cup. Thank you, honey. That fuel, if you can see it, is a dark color. I would say it's kind of a black with a little bit of hint of green. Definitely not the yellow that we're looking for. I did look up the engine spec on this, and it also does say right on the front here, use regular gas 88 octane minimum. So these are a 2-cycle engine, but they do have an oil drip, so you do not have to mix oil into the gas. So the first thing I think we're going to do is we're going to purge the tank and get all that fuel out. Alright. Alright. We got our gas can. Alright, here we go. All right. Two and a half gallons. Literally filled up that whole thing. All right, let's see here. Put that away. I think we'll put some fresh gas in it. Grab my fuel here, put some fresh gas in it. Okay, well, since at least we got fresh gas in it, we will now check for spark. All right, let's check for spark. Okay. And again, simple tool, very easy to use. Pull off one, stick it in, goes in line with your spark plug. It's all you have to do to see if the coil is generating a spark for the spark plug. So I'm going to actually make sure so we have a engine stop, so it's push off, so we're going to turn it on, we're going to turn the key to on, and I'm going to give it a few pulls here. Definitely has compression, I can feel it's a tough pull. I can't see it, so give me a sec. I'm going to have you guys help me watch it. Alright, let's see if it sparks. Same thing. That's no good. No sparking. Alright. No sparking on that particular cylinder. So I'm going to switch it. Make sure it gets on there all the way. And I'll be able to see this one from where I'm pulling at. Nothing. Alright. That means we have a different problem on our hands. Let me double check everything over here. Alright. Just double checking. Alright, just double checking everything over here. Just double. Okay. Just double checking the key. Make sure the key is correctly on the on position, which it is. It is out. And I know there's some safeties on here. There's a couple safeties supposedly on the carburetors. Those are tougher to get to. And then there's also one in the throttle body here. Or there's one in the throttle here. So, the one thing I know we can do is we can jumper it out on the back side of the motor here. On the back side of the CDI box here, there's a wire. We can tap into that with a jumper cable and see if we can get spark off of that. That will eliminate the coil, making sure the coil works, and it eliminates all the wiring from the engine to all the ignition wiring. So that's what we're going to do next. So I'm going to find that wire and grab a jumper, and we are going to diagnose the problem. Let me get you some more light. Alright. Alright, back down here is the cable. Alright, it's right here. I'm going to pull it apart. Oh, it was barely plugged in. A little bit of corrosion on there. So, if you look, this might be tough to see. This one goes into the engine. This one goes into the wiring harness. When I move it, all the wires move. You see that? It's me moving, that's the harness one. So that goes to like the switch and all of the safety switches. Alright, so since we have that pulled apart, that's what we're going to be working with. I have a jumper wire. And on this model, the two yellows are the stator, and the other two have to be shorted for a possible spark. Alright, so I'm going to eliminate that. So what we can do now is we can test for spark again. Right, back down here is the cable. Alright. pull it apart. Oh, it was barely plugged in. A little bit of corrosion on there. So, if you look, it might be tough to see. This one goes into the engine. This one goes into the wiring harness. When I move it, all the wires move. You see that? It's me moving, that's the harness one. So that goes to like the switch and all of the safety switches. Alright, so since we have that pulled apart, that's what we're going to be working with. I have a jumper wire. And on this model, the two yellows are the stator, and the other two have to be shorted for a possible spark. Alright, so I'm going to eliminate that. So what we can do now is we can test the spark again. There we go. And we will plug on to that guy. We'll turn off our light. Turn off the light. Turn off this one light over here. And see if we can get some spark and a light bulb flash. Oh! Did you hear that? I seen it light up and it also kicked over for a second. Alright, so we're on the right track. And it will, if you use this small inline device, I've actually run a small engine off of this. Will actually continue to usually run with this inline. I don't know how good, but it has. So we have eliminated that there is a problem in the ignition wiring. And how we're going to figure that out is by using a multimeter. Typical multimeter, nothing special. You're going to want to turn it to, I don't usually use ohms, sometimes I do, but I'm going to put it so I can listen for when there's a dead short. And what I mean by that is you just cross the two and it will beep. So a dead short. So I'm going to put one of my test leads on here. Let's take our other jumper out. I'm going to put my other jumper on the other lead. So now I got two test leads. Now I should be able to touch them together. Still beeps. Next thing is I'm going to grab the wire that goes into our harness, and I'm going to put it on the brown and the black wires. So how I figure that out is you look at how it goes together. These two are the yellow ones. That's where the yellow ones go. And we're going to go into the opposite two, which is usually the brown. There we go. Brown and black. So now we have an open circuit in here. I'm going to turn on and off the key switch. There's the emergency stop. So that tells me we have a problem. Those two switches, one of those can be failed. Yep. There's two other things it can be. It can be, like I said, the carburetors. have a sensor on them. It's a magnetic sensor, and also there's one in the throttle. And how you can test that is you just grab the throttle. Here's the throttle. You just pull it. But oh, that was our problem. You hear that? Engine can't run unless that beeps. So that will fix the ignition problem. So I don't really know if there's a problem with like a switch in here. Is there something else missing? It seems like there's a lot of give in this right now in the throttle. So okay, so next step is if we want to test to see if it will run, all we have to do is just kind of wedge something in here a little bit to see if it can start. So let's do that. I'm just gonna grab something. We'll just grab this guy and see if we can wedge this in here. Not really. There it is. So I wedged that, just our tester in there, into the throttle a little bit. It's a dead short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect. Now that I know that it knows the key is on and all the safeties are happy, we can now connect everything up, which is just that one cable we disconnected. And see if it'll start. Let's see if she'll run. Alright, we're going to put choke on. And everything's on. And just going to give it a pull here. Ooh. Lost our camera. Not sounding too good. Choke off. So let's try it again. Choke on. No accelerator. One. Oh. Choke off. So we did get it running. It idles, but she smokes a lot. Let's see if she moves. Oh yeah. very shocked that this thing runs without a carb cleaning. I didn't check compression on it. I could just feel how much force back it gave when I pulled it over by hand. This model does not have an automatic start or electric start with a key. It is hand pull only. We can look at some of the other things on here. Get you taken off my stand. Alright, so the other things it needs is a windshield. And a seat. Storage compartment. Probably got to service the track a little. Look for any cracks in it. Other than that, let's see if we can get her to start again. On, pull. Warmer. Hey, it's Lou. Thanks for spending the time out in the garage with me on this project. I'm going to continue to do a little bit more work on it. Decide if I want to either keep it or if I'm just going to flip it. It does smoke more than I would like it to. Maybe there's a fix for that. I don't know. But remember, it is a 2-cycle engine. And, you know, it has in the combustion chamber, it's injecting oil to keep everything lubricated. For diagnosing this, I knew about the electrical portion because the manual is online for like all of these models. And I was able to look at the wiring diagram, and I can show that to you here. Let me grab my other camera. Here's the wiring diagram for it. So this has the magnet/carb switches, has the stop throttle switch, which is the faulty switch, also has the emergency push button switch, and this is also tied in, if you follow the wire all the way up, also goes into the key switch. Remember, this does not have the start option on this model, but it goes into the electric start switch. So this is how I was able to easily figure out what the brown and the black and the yellow wires did and what devices I had to look at. So here's another look at the gas. I'm glad we pulled that out. Thank you for your time. Thanks again for watching the video. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can get pinged on your phone or computer when I submit a video. Alright? Have a good day. Thank you very much.